Yo, what's up with y'all, man? I hope you're doing good. If you're new and you're a fan of the NBA, subscribe to this channel. So let's get straight into it.
It's like it's Minute Maid, hijack 4, renegade, 24, number 8, Kobe shit fade away, ballin' since 11th grade, still in school, let him hate.
So it's been a minute since my last draft stock watch video. I think it's been about like 4 months. And in those 4 long months, so much can change and so much has actually changed. Now I feel like I kinda let y'all down because this was supposed to be a mini series within a series. But what do y'all expect out of me? Those who've been long-time subscribers of this channel know that I have the consistency of just about Kyle Kuzma. Great comparison. But like Kyle Kuzma in that bubble game against the Denver Nuggets, I'm about to come in clutch.
Here comes Kuzma for the win.
And give y'all this updated 2020 NBA draft stock watch vibe to see whose stock rose, whose stock fell, and whose stock stayed stagnant throughout this long period of time. Let's go. One of the most dangerous weapons that all teams have in their artillery is something called Smokescreen. Smokescreen is basically misdirection used to trick and bait teams into making moves out of eagerness and desperations. It's deceiving, it's evil. I swear to God, these teams out here are grinding to get whatever they want. Teams are out here purposely lying to reporters and analysts, giving them fake rumors for all of us to digest and inhale in the rest of these 29 teams. Smokescreen happens way more often than you think. Most of the time it happens in free agency, during the NBA trade deadline, and also most definitely throughout the NBA draft. That's where I believe at least the most smokescreen is thrown at all our faces. The reason why I explain this and mention this to all you guys is because the other day I just witnessed Smokescreen myself, and I witnessed one of my other friends go through it as well. Rusty Buckets, you know him? I'm not even going to tell him that I'm saying his name in the video, but if he's watching, he's watching. There were tweets from reporters saying that they got information from teams saying that they weren't impressed with Melo Ball in the workouts and the displays that he put out there on the court. And the reporters continued to go ham on Melo Ball's name and say things like, oh, they're not sure how much of a winner LaMelo Ball is, and they also said that he wasn't that experienced in winning as well, and that was a major turn off the teams. Bro, that literally makes no sense at all. They're straight up lying to all your faces. What a lot of y'all have to understand is that this is a bunch of baloney. LaMelo Ball is a stud. I'm about to get in my bag. He's a stud that does have a lot of questions, but without a doubt, he's a stud. He's a 6'7" to 8 point guard who has the passing abilities of some of the greatest in the NBA already today. His scoring instincts, his flair, and his background history as a young prospect coming up is one that tells me that he has what it takes to carry an organization upon his skinny back. There's not a single other prospect who went through as much adversity team-wise, I'm not talking about his life because I ain't gonna lie, that man was kind of rich, team-wise than this man right here. He went from team to team, city to city, country to country. Name another prospect who did that in the lottery. You can't. You can't because there is not one. Melo Ball was a winning player back when he was in Chino Hills. After Chino Hills, he went to some foreign country. He was a winner over there. So after that, he came back over here, or he did the JBL thing. One of those two. He was fine in the JBL, he was fine in Spire Academy, or whatever school that's called, and now he just so happens to be on a booty cheeks Australian team that has been booty these last few seasons. Make it make sense. It is not possible that teams and people who get paid to do research on this type of things are dumb as hell like this and say these type of things. That is false. LaMelo Ball is a great prospect who is on the rise right now. Sure, he has his flaws. Name a prospect who doesn't have flaws. Exactly, you can't. Long story short, his value hasn't changed at all. In the stock market, in the NBA stock market at least, it's been continuously on the rise. On to the next player, Anthony Edwards. Now I ain't gonna lie, Smokescreen has been used against this man as well. One of the most pathetic and cop-out critiques of him is his lack of a motor. Scouts see a player not hustle or walk with his head down on the court and immediately call it a red flag and say that he doesn't have good motor. But what does that even mean? Guys who don't have good motor are guys who haven't grown in basketball and who are not good players. Point blank, period. Do you know how many superstars do those type of things? The biggest one, the best player in the NBA today, LeBron James, does that on the court every single time. Whenever he has a defensive lapse or passes a ball that he thinks is catchable, but a player lets it go out of bounds, he throws his head down and he's like, oh my god, and he's moping and he's pouting. Everybody does that. Not everybody, but a lot of good players do that. Is it right to say someone who does that has low motor and doesn't care about basketball growing and winning at the highest level? No, LeBron James is the best player in the NBA and no one dares to say that he has low motor. The man just got attitude problems sometimes. That's it. That low motor talk is cheap and again a bunch of baloney. Ant-Man's size, speed, athleticism, and a combination of skill and just ability as a whole is tantalizing, and man, I ain't gonna lie, I'm salivating right now. No homo, but my mouth is already watering with just the thought of him playing in the NBA. There's not a lot of players who are that big, this young, and also that that talented on the basketball court off rip at the age of 19, 20 years old. His stock, just like Melo Ball, is on a continuous rise, and I promise you there's not a damn thing that can stop that from happening. The only thing that can stop his stock from rising is Anthony Edwards. If you see this man smoking weed or doing crack on the side of the street, then yeah, of course, he's not going to be a top pick, and that's career suicide basically. But outside of that, that man is going to be a number 1, 2, or 3 pick, worst case scenario, boys. Devon Vassell, is his stock on the rise? Is it on the downfall, or has it been kind of stagnant? Well, I'm about to let you know that answer to that question right now. But before that, if you haven't seen my mock draft video that was elite, actually, somehow in my mock draft video, I realized people have brought it to my attention that I skipped number 11, the San Antonio Spurs, and a whole bunch of people let me know that. How silly of me, my bad. But regardless of the fact, go ahead and check that video out still. But anyways, back to what I was saying, bro. I swear sometimes I feel like I got a bird brain. I get so distracted out of nowhere. But if you didn't watch it, here's what you missed. Take a look.
It's fake. This fake.
It's a fake?
Yeah. That's Photoshop. That's fake. On my mama, that's fake. On my heart, in my life, my little brother grave, I could die right now. That's fake.
Yeah, I'm kind of shaky on the draft stock now. Every time I watch that video, it gives me chills, and it's so depressing to watch because in my first mock draft video, or my second mock draft video, actually, I made so many mock draft videos. I had this man, Devon Vassell, going number 6 to the Atlanta Hawks in this year's draft. But after that horrendous 30-second to 1-minute clip came out about his new shot chucking it back like he's KD, which he is not, that, I ain't gonna lie, he may have Markelle Fultz himself, because young guards who change up their shot when there's nothing wrong with it in the first place are quite scary to select and also to invest in. I don't want to invest in someone who's decisive with his shot like that. No, he gotta have hella confidence with his thing. And obviously, Devon Vassell probably doesn't have hella confidence in his shot. If he did, he wouldn't change it. The next player that we're gonna be talking about is Obi Toppin. I just spit all over my table, but you didn't see that, and we're gonna be right back on topic. Obi Toppin is probably the most overrated player in this draft. When I say overrated, that doesn't mean that he's a bad player. No, Obi Toppin is a great player set to have a great long NBA career. But I just believe that some people, a lot of people, overrate and cap on this man consistent. For what reason? I don't know. Because he's 6'9" and he can also shoot the basketball pretty well for his size. Now, on my second channel, I posted a reaction video, something that I do often over there. If you're interested in those type of things, then go ahead and subscribe to that channel. But if you didn't watch that, again, shame on you. Here's a flashback.
I have no manners. Russell and Cat, obviously number 1. Number 2, I have Obi Toppin. He's a great scorer. He's a good shooter. He has very high potential as well. He has that KD, Jason.
That's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about. I was not lying. That is garbage. I don't know what he was talking about right there. KD and Jason Tatum. If you watch just one game of that man, Obi Toppin, you will see that none of these things, well, a few of these things are true. He's a good shooter and stuff like that. But KD, Jason Tatum, what is wrong with you? Some random person on the internet compared this man, Obi Toppin, to Kevin Durant and Jason Tatum. I don't know what the hell he be watching. I don't know if he typed the wrong name in and saw someone who was light-skinned as well and thought, oh my god, he's the next KD, he's the next Jason Tatum. I don't know what was going on, but Obi Toppin literally gives me 0 KD, Jason Tatum vibes, and because of that type of stuff, and also YouTube comments like these, I think he's overrated. Anybody who makes a respectable mock draft, or any big company who makes a mock draft, you'll see that this man Obi Toppin is rather towards the top of the NBA lottery. He's really towards the bottom 9, 10, 7, 8, and that's where he belongs in my opinion. He's a 4, a talented 4 might I add, but a talented 4 who doesn't play very good defense. And in the NBA, one of the greatest ways to limit your potential as a team is to have big men who are bad at defense. If your big man is bad at defense, then bro, you're not going anywhere as a team. And from what I've been seeing, Obi Toppin's stock has been falling down slower and slower as the days go by. This is by far the longest amount of time that all these teams had to dissect and pick and choose between which prospect they want and really decipher everyone's game. And because of that, I believe that this may be one of the more accurate drafts of all time. He's by far one of the more popular players in this class, but yet he's continuously falling to 8, 7, 9, 10, worst case 11 in other people's mock drafts, including mine. Jaden McDaniels, oh man, man, as soon as I said his name, I just felt a whole lot of pain fall upon my shoulders, because the first video that I made about Jaden McDonald, or the first video I included him in, he was, you know, I think I titled it "Who's the Next KD" or something like that. It was about players who fall in that same stereotype. Long, skinny, and you can shoot the 3-ball and you have some type of hand. He was in that video, and in the making of that video, I believe that he was still viewed as a potential lottery. But after that, I submitted him in another video, and another video was my first draft stock watch, and after that, he was seen as a mid-first round pick. And I saw that he fell into the mid-20s in a lot of people's mock draft. Fast forward in 3 to 4 months from that point in time, he's now viewed as a second rounder. That is a whole lot of pain. My last video, which was about ESPN rankings, as you can all see, he was looked at as a top 7 recruit. Here from being a top 7 player out of high school to now a second rounder in the NBA draft. His stock was not stagnant and it did not fall, it stooped to the ground. The last player that we're going to be talking about in this magnificent video is Kira Lewis Jr. In my last stock watch video, this man went from a mid-first round pick to now late lottery pick, and after that, since then, at this point in time, he's now viewed as a serious lottery pick potential candidate. In a lot of mock drafts, he's been taking over guys like Cole Anthony and RJ Hampton, which is heart-stopping because those two were seen as one of the best point guards, or some of the best point guards to come out of this class. And now Kira Lewis Jr. is here swooping in, taking their spot, and he can potentially be taken by the Phoenix Suns or the Detroit Pistons, or maybe even the New York Knicks with one of those late lottery picks. His stock has been shooting up. This man is an all-around point guard who has not many weaknesses to his game. He's fast, he can shoot, he plays defense. What more can you ask for? And also, he's a decent passer. Players like that are super useful in the league, and of course, as expected, his stock is still shooting up. The end of the video though, man. I really do appreciate you for coming over here on my channel and seeing what I have to talk about again. That is extremely dope. Now before you leave, go ahead and subscribe to my old channel, or my new channel actually. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. Leave a like and actually share this video with some of your friends who are in tune with the NBA and are trying to get into this NBA draft. Check out my draft playlist, and outside of all that, I really hope that you do make your day great. I'll get right with you.
No way, remember back when I couldn't get a play, no home, I ain't have a place to stay, I got to work, made a certain free to way, told my girl